Alright guys, I got myself a Hillbilly hot tub here and a cold beverage. This is the life. And I made this hot tub here for under $200. And I'll even show you how. Today on Voiding Warranties.
Voiding Warranties is now 110% more concerned about electrocution. You're welcome.
Alright, so you're probably wondering, Harlan, you wonderful fellow, how could you possibly make a hot tub for under $200? Well, the first thing you need is a cattle trough. This one is 6 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, which I found to be just about perfect for 2 people. If you just want to put one person in here, you can do a 4 foot, but that's still a little cramped even for one person. Now once you have your cattle trough picked out, and this one cost about 150 bucks, you're also going to need some of this stuff. Now this is insulation foam. This is kind of what you use to wrap your house in, for example. And it's the foil back stuff. I like the foil back stuff a lot because it gives a little radiant barrier so it doesn't let as much of the IR through. You take it, lay it all the way out along the sides, and then you curve it around the ends by cutting little slits in it. Then you tape it all in place and you put spray foam on the bottom of it to glue it in place. This actually worked a lot better than I thought it was. I was expecting the spray foam to kind of buckle it out as it overexpands, but that wasn't so much of a big deal. You're also going to want to put a sheet of foam board on the bottom of this thing because you want to insulate it from your slab or whatever you have flooring wise. You can even do this outside if you wanted to. That's probably a better idea, but my wife let me get away with this, so here's to it. Now once you have the whole thing good and insulated, all you have to do is fill it and heat it. Now, this is actually a little bit of a tricky part. Filling it's easy, you just bring a garden hose in, no big deal. But how do you heat this? Well, you could spend a lot of money on an expensive heater and pump setup, or you could do what I did. I took a pond pump I had on hand, which probably cost 30 bucks, and I put it in here to turn over the water. And then I put my immersion circulator heating element in here, and that did almost nothing. It would go up about 1 degree every 10 to 20 minutes, which, yeah. When you're starting out at 85 degrees, trying to get it over 100, that'll take forever. So I settled on the old school method. Taking out pots of water, boiling them on the stove, putting them back in. And because there's so much water in here, it's a good thermal mass, it holds its heat real well. So I can do that a couple times, have this thing nice and toasty, hop on in. And it works. Excuse me. Now this is not going to be the final version of this Hillbilly hot tub. In fact, there are a few more things I'd love to do to it. First thing, I have to add a ground fault circuit interrupter because the pond pump I have, I don't really feel comfortable with it being in here while I'm in here. It's only about a $30, Chinese pond pump, and if that thing develops a fault, it's probably going to be unpleasant. So, we're going to wait on some protective features for that. Also, I'd like to have a more permanent heating setup. I'm thinking about putting an immersion heater in here and putting a little cheap temperature controller on it. But another option, of course, is to just keep refilling it with water from the stove. Both of which are pretty acceptable options. I've got to put something in here to keep me from sliding around because, so you can see, I keep sliding down. And then moving back up. So something to grab my feet so I can, hold myself in one spot would be really nice. I've got to have some sort of biological control in here because things will start to grow if I'm not careful. Now I could chlorinate it, yeah, that's a simple answer. I could put an ozonator in here and that's a much better answer. Or I could try and adjust the salinity until nothing will grow. Now this has an added benefit. Let me scoot up. This has an added benefit of it'll make me float a little bit better and it'll keep my fingers from getting all wrinkly when I'm in here for too long. But I'm going to have to tweak it until it's just right to make that work. There are a couple other added benefits that I haven't mentioned so far. I can put this on top of here, and this is actually a pretty decent float tank. I mean, it's not perfect. You bounce around on the sides, but if I can get the salinity of the water just right so I can float, man, this can be fun. So what do I need to do to make this better? I need to make sure it won't kill me if there's an electrical fault. That would be nice. I need a more permanent heating arrangement. I need some method of biological control to prevent things from growing and preferably to filter the water as well. Then I need to make it so that it's better as a float tank. That would be really awesome. And if all that works out, man, this will be great. If you've liked this video, click that like button. If you want to see more projects where I take household items and use them in ways they were never intended, click subscribe. And if you want to see some of the newest content before it's publicly shared on YouTube, go ahead and check out the Voiding Warranties Facebook group. But above all, you guys just keep on voiding warranties. Oh, this is still so nice. I could just slip right into here and then destroy the microphone that's attached to me, and that would be sad. You know what? I'm free! I'm free! Water up my nose. Oh. I immediately regret this decision.